What's going on, everybody out there, and welcome back to another Dark Avenger live. We're finally getting some good news in from all the comic companies out there. Today, Marvel released their release schedule, or their release schedule. That's what we could call it. And it looks like we're going to be getting our books towards the end of May, like Diamond said. Diamond's going to start distributing on May 20th. And Marvel books are going to be returning May 27th, so a week later. I can't complain about that. We got a lot to talk about tonight. I have a lot to talk about tonight. I have some fun stuff to show off, too, like this guy right over here, which we'll get to that as the show continues forward. I just want people to stream in. I'll be happy when new books come out, just for the simple fact that I'll be happy to have something to talk about again as far as new books. Because these live shows are supposed to be about comic books. We're supposed to be sharing our thoughts and opinions on books that are coming out, along with all the other extra stuff that we love to talk about so much. So I'm looking forward to when newer books start coming out again. So with that being said, let's talk about a couple of really fun things that are going to be going on next week. I might as well talk about a couple of things I'm working on. I have a new top 5 that will be going up once again on Monday. A lot of people really like the IDW top 5, so I am going to be picking another company and doing a top 5 from that company. And that one was a little bit harder because I read more books from that company. So now it's like I've really got to think about what my top 5 favorite series were. I might actually do an additional 5, knowing this company. I might. But there's a new top 5, and I've got a couple of really good ideas of how I'm going to keep top 5 moving after we start getting our new books back and life starts to get back to normal. Sorry, I'm fixing something on my computer. So, this week has been a insanely quiet week, as have the past couple of weeks when it comes to comics and whatnot. But I actually am going to be working on another video, and that's going to be going up late next week. I want to say sometime late next week, and that is going to be I'm going to be updating my pull list. I'm going to be sharing my full pull list with everyone because I started reading a lot of books during this drought of new books, and I was able to catch up to quite a few series, both on independent and big 2 fronts. So I'm going to be doing a video sharing what my pull list was and all the titles that I've added to it since we've had this pause in new books. And I have been accumulating books. Since the quarantine lockdown, whatever you want to call it, started, I started to order back issues. And I have accumulated a pile. I don't want to show it because it'll spoil, but I've shared some in the Dark Avenger Nation already, some pictures, not all. I decided to stop because I'm going to do a haul video, and I'm going to call it the lockdown haul or the COVID. It's going to be themed around, since no new comics have been coming out. Next week, actually, next Wednesday, is the first new book that I ordered is being released, and it's not even a single issue. It's actually the Nightwing trade. I think that is one of the few. No, Flash also is coming out next week. I'm sorry, Flash is also coming out next week. So I have 2 books for next week. Happy May 1st, Tevye. What's going on, my friend? So I actually do have 2 books coming out next Wednesday: Flash and the Nightwing trade paperback. I'm looking forward to reading both of those. But I do have a couple of other back issues that are still coming in, some from a shop I ordered and some from eBay that I'm waiting for. So once everything comes in, I will do the haul video. I also, and I shared this on social media yesterday, TKO Publishing caught my eye. I saw a couple of people talking about TKO Publishing. I believe the first person I saw talk about it was Glenn from Comic Book Palace. And then slowly I started seeing those books popping up elsewhere. So I decided to give it a try. I looked at the company. They had a really awesome campaign going on right now. You could pick a local comic shop, and 50% of the money you spend on the books you buy or the things you buy goes towards that local comic shop. Of course, I chose JHU because I was planning to make a visit there, and hopefully I will be making a visit there once everything clears up, which we're hoping will be the fall. I'm hoping, but it all depends. I talked about that already, Tevia, about bad news. They are out near the end of May. I mean, hey, look, I mean, Diamond isn't opening up until May 20th, so I completely understand that they're not coming out until the end of May. But that's when I think things will start building up again, and where people start coming back online, and we'll all have stuff to talk about. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm happy. Hey, we are in dangerous times, and we have to be safe. We have to be safe, so this way we don't end up right back where we are right now again, because Lord knows we don't want that. So I'm going to be doing a special unboxing for the TKO books, and then I don't know. I will probably be doing a trade by trade review instead of bulking it or putting it in the comic review. I'll probably do it. I'll read one trade at a time, and then I'll do a mini review or a 5-minute review through my trade review series, which I'm working on a new title for it as I read the books. So I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited to read the TKO books. I'm excited to start getting some new books again. I don't know where you heard that, Tevia, but I'm not going to share that. It's going to be in circulation forever. It's just about, I think you're talking about how long it's going to take for them to find a cure, because that number looks about right for that. But nothing we could do. We can only push forward and just stay clean and stay safe as much as humanly possible. And that's, I think, what the world is going to be for another year, maybe more. Really just depends on when they find a cure. I don't get into the politics of it all. I just hope that things get better, and I follow the law like everybody else should. Oh, I don't care where it's from, Tevia. And as far as that, I news wise, no. No offense to CNN, but I don't. Between them and Fox News, I don't know which one's worse, but there's a whole thing going on politically with them. I'm not getting into it, but no, I don't care. I'll believe what the doctors say. And right now, they're saying that we need to practice what we've been practicing so that it can go down. So yes, back to positive things, because I don't want to talk about the virus the whole stream. It'll get better. That's all I can promise everybody, just like what everybody else is promising. It's going to get better. It's just going to take some time. So going back, I will be doing a haul video. I have a special video talking about my pull list. I will have another top 5 at the beginning of the week. And I wanted to share something else. I just can't remember what I wanted to share. I talked about TKO. I'm going to have a special unboxing and reviews. I'm having a blast catching up on so many different books and so many different series that went under my radar. Some for only a short time, but others, man, it's been years for some of them. I mean, I've literally caught up. I mean, what trade number were some of the series at? Like 7, 8? So there are a lot of trades, and I'm also catching up on a couple of manga series. Fairy Tail is one I really want to catch up on, reading-wise and collecting-wise. Reading-wise, I'm pretty close to the middle of the series, right before it ended. Collecting-wise, I don't have any physical books yet. So my goal is to complete the first Fairy Tail volume and start the new one. The new one is Fairy Tail 100-Year Quest. That's basically Fairy Tail's new ongoing. And I did actually get the first 3 volumes of that, so I don't fall far behind on the newer volume. So while I'm doing that, I will also be trying to catch up and finish the Fairy Tail collection. Just wondering, have you played? That has nothing to do with comics, Tevia, but no. I actually do want to talk a little bit about games, but not about that game. I don't play Persona. It's not my thing. And you've asked that on Frontline as well. So Fairy Tail, and I also would love to catch up on My Hero Academia, because I believe I started that. I have to go back in my manga collection. Like I said, once this completely becomes an office, I'm going to be getting possibly 2 bookshelves, and one is going to be for manga and one is going to be for trades. Bavarian, welcome in. Hopefully you're doing great. How are you feeling, by the way, Bavarian? I know you said you weren't feeling too good last week. I hope you're feeling better this week. You're going to be very happy to hear that I made my very first order from In Stock Trade. I'm very excited. It just got pushed through today. They're processing, and hopefully that will be coming before I do my gigantic haul. Jesse's in the comments. JLS. Jesse, I've been catching up on your G.I. Joe. How are you doing? And forgive me if I missed them. Are you doing profiles on the new G.I. Joe characters that are being introduced in the new volume? I'm just curious. I know they're pretty new, so there's not really much out about them. But if you haven't, will you be doing it when there's more info on them? Because I'll tell you, I've been really enjoying this new volume. That's one of the books that I've actually added to my pull. I'm feeling healthy now. I had a day of fever, so I got worried. Maybe I already fought the virus. Not sure. Hey, look, as long as you're okay, that's all that matters. I did get late. Oh, I'm sorry. I'm here on a visa, so I'm pretty worried. It's a dark day. Don't, Bavarian, you'll find work, I'm sure. I'm sure once all this passes, hopefully you'll find something sooner rather than later. A lot of people are getting laid off, unfortunately, because of what's going on. So I really do hope you find another job. Hey, look into some jobs in New York. I forget what exactly your profession is, but you might find some vacancies in New York. There are a lot of people I hear that are going to be looking for people soon. I don't know if you have a preference if you want to stay where you're living. If you do, hopefully you find something. But I know that New York, because I know a few people have been talking online. I'm part of a few groups in New York, and a lot of people are going to be looking for employees. The rumors are when things come back. Problem is, I'm on a visa here, so I can't find. Oh, shoot. Oh, man. I really do hope you find a way. I hope you find a way, Bavarian. I really do. Do you mean the Real American Hero series? No, I mean the G.I. Joe series that is ongoing right now. Real American Hero, I believe, ended. I'm talking about the current, the IDW G.I. Joe, if that makes any sense. My work said it's temporary, but I don't want to get. Oh, if it's only temporary, I'm sure that the government will understand. If you're only temporarily laid off, I'm sure that once they reopen completely, or once they're able to bring you back on, you'll be back on. Just we'll all keep our fingers crossed, I'm sure, and pray that nothing happens. Any opinion on Power Rangers Justice League, the series that happened? It was a good series. I did enjoy that series. So I really hope it works out, Bavarian. I really do. I hope everything works out. You got to keep us up to date. Definitely keep us up to date on that for sure. Yeah, I talked about the new videos I'm doing. So let me share with you guys what I found online. I'm a little upset though, because Cindy actually had to fix this. I ended up getting, these are what Finders Keepers. It's a really cool, it's a keychain that actually you get a little stand for it. And I got Scotty Young's Deadpool, and it's like, it says sewer, and you put your keys here, and it basically keeps them, accessible. And the reason I got Deadpool, because there were others also. I see your comment, Jesse. I'll get to you in 1 second. Is because Deadpool's actually has a place to put your cell phone on it, and also underneath there is a spoke. This is only one. There's two of them down there, and it actually builds up, and you could actually hang your headset on it as well. I thought that was really cool. I saw it online, and it was on sale. It's from Alter Ego. There's a what do you call it? A X-Force variant. I chose to get the regular one, but when it shipped to me from Amazon, gotta love that company lately. This piece was broken off, so I actually had to fix it. I don't know if it was Amazon or the shipping or a little combination of both, but yeah, thank God it was a clean break, so you really can't tell. But yeah, we had to re-glue it back on. Wasn't happy. I didn't put my keys on it yet. I literally just got this a day ago, so I thought it was really cool. And I don't know if there's any more left. I think I got one of the last ones at a normal, a logical, not crazy asking price. Yeah, that's still. It is. They picked up the numbering. It's still written by Larry Hama too. Oh, okay. I didn't know that, Jesse. I didn't know. Yeah, Brant and I were talking about that because I asked him if G.I. Joe was a continuation because Cobra took over, and now G.I. Joe's trying to find a way to take Cobra out of power again, and it's like that's a weird way to start a reboot. I knew it wasn't a reboot, but it was just crazy. So thank you for that. I'm going to share that so everybody can see it. And then Bavarian's like, oh, I like Deadpool. That's cool. I love it. I'm a huge fan of Deadpool, and I'd love to bring Deadpool back as a series or as something on this channel. I just haven't figured out how yet. And if I ever do, awesome. If I don't, I'm really not working too hard on skits and stuff like that with Deadpool. I'm just working hard on building this channel back up again. So if I figure something out with Deadpool along the way, I'll absolutely do it. If I don't, I'll always have the mask, and I'm sure I'll figure something out eventually. Revolution, the crossover comic between Transformers, G.I. Joe, and Micronauts. That was a while ago, Tevia. I don't even think I read that yet. To be honest, I don't think I even read that yet, Tevia, so I couldn't tell you. I'm sorry, my friend. All right. So Tevia brought up gaming news. So I'm going to talk about this, and I'm telling all of you now, I'm not going to put the spoiler alert up because I'm not going to be one of the whistleblowers. I'm not going to be one of the people that talks about these spoilers. But The Last of Us 2 video game was leaked. The whole game. What happens in it and who you take over control of and who lives, who dies, what goes on. And at first it's like, oh, they're rumors. It can't be true. Naughty Dog unfortunately confirmed that these leaks were legit and begged their fans and the gamers not to read these spoilers. I'm going to say this real quick. I'm glad I did because I would have been super pissed if I bought that game. I would have been very pissed because and I've got to say this, no spoilers. If you want to know the spoilers, because yes, like Bavarian said, it is insane. And Tevia's been avoiding the leak. So Tevia, you have nothing to worry about. I'm not going to drop a single leak. But if you'd like to know what the leaks are, you can go on Twitter. And in the search bar, you type in Last of Us 2 leaks because that hashtag has long since disappeared. Oh, you're talking about Paul series. That's where Cobra took over. That's different than Real American Hero series, which is also still. I have to look this up, Jesse, because if there's another G.I. Joe series, because it wasn't in previews, I'm going to have to. Jesse, if you can, could you share with me the latest Real American Hero issue from Midtown to me? Whether it be here a link or on Facebook, because if there's another G.I. Joe series, I still have like 2 more weeks before new books come out. I'm still reading and catching up on other series like Manifest Destiny and stuff. So, I mean, I'll just throw G.I. Joe into that list as well if there's a second G.I. Joe series. So definitely share that with me if you can. But going back to The Last of Us, I've been skeptical about The Last of Us 2. Are you saying the story is messed up? Because I've had that feeling for a while. I'm saying it. Oh, this is so hard I can spoil it because the world has already talked about it, but I don't want to be that person, so I'm not going to. So I'm going to say this. As a person who played the first game, and as a person who is very invested in Ellie and Joel, and with the rumors that were circulating about Last of Us 2 since they started making the game, and all the controversies and 3-letter words that were thrown into this game, if everything that is in that spoiler, that leak, is not undone or rumored. I canceled. Let me put it this way, Bavarian. I love The Last of Us 1. Thank you, Jesse. I'm actually going to click that link in a minute. If I can, I might have to actually go onto YouTube and get that link. So let me actually do that while I'm saying it. With what if everything they've said is true with The Last of Us 2, there we go. Thank you, Jesse. I'm going to look into that. And it came out. Okay. And Jesse, one more question. It says next issue. So 271 is supposed to be coming out May 12th. Oh, Jesse, you just did something. You just did something. I might have to catch up. So thank you, Jesse. Jesse just got me into another series. If you were a fan of Last of Us 1, I'm not surprised. Yeah. If you like the ending to Last of Us 1, if you like the characters from Last of Us 1, if you've been skeptical because of all the rumors, don't get this game. If half of those rumors are true, just half of them, I am more than happy that I canceled my special edition. More than happy, because I would have been so mad if I spent $80 and the ending that they said happened. The direction, the second half of the game is what the real direction. The game is split into two parts. I will say that, and it's not really a spoiler. So just like in The Last of Us 1 where it was split into two parts, there's two parts, and you take over as two separate characters. Neither one being Joel, which pisses me off because I thought it would be nice to have a little segment at least with Joel, even if it was a middle segment and then the ending. Glad to help. Jesse, you're the man. But yes, the second half of the game, that's what destroyed the game for me. Actually, the transition from the first half of the game into the second half of the game lost me. It was that second half of the game, though, that made me say, okay, if I spend $80 on this and this is the direction they're going, I am going to be so pissed because this game is going to be $25 in less than half a year. Cancel the pre-order. I canceled my pre-order. Am I telling you to do that? Absolutely not. Because maybe you'll like it. Maybe the direction's something you'll like. If you really don't care about spoilers, go check out the spoilers. I was skeptical about checking out the spoilers, but then I said to myself, there was so much controversy surrounding this game, and I'm getting into a lot of comic series. Jesse just possibly got me into another one, and I'm buying a lot of comic series. I don't want to waste $80 on something that I'm going to play, have high hopes for, be so pissed off because then in 3 months it went down to $25, and that extra $60 or $50 I spent could have gone to something more important or something more that I liked. So yes, no, I canceled it, dropped it like it's a hotcake. I just love the part with the giraffes in the. Oh, that was nice when they were at the high. Was it the college and the giraffes were there? That was really nice. Yeah, I'm getting it in the 20s. Been 2 years exactly. It won't. Bavarian. It's not gonna take 2 years. I'm telling you, if this is the direction they go and they don't fix it now that the world knows that this is factual truths, I think if Anthem a year ago would have accidentally been leaked and everyone found out about it and no one bought the game because everybody who paid $60 for that game, we feel like we've been robbed. And hopefully they'll remake the game and, we could put that game in one day and it'll be the game that we dreamt it was. But right now it isn't. But Naughty Dog has a genie in the bottle right now. They have the utmost opportunity. Everyone hates it. This is their chance to say, okay, we're not releasing it in June. We're not releasing it in 2020. We're going to put the game back on the drawing board because we see that the fans are not happy with the direction we want to go in. And we got a lucky break. Will they do that? Probably not. Probably not because the game is still set to release on June 20th. I'm just going to rent it from... Oh, yeah. I was about to believe you there for a second, man, because there is one Blockbuster left in the world, and it's in Oregon. and they don't rent or do they rent? They might rent, but I believe they sell videos more now. But it's the last one open in anywhere. I'd love to visit it one day. But yeah, I too do not see them remaking the game. Tevye, it was a joke. That's why he didn't mean Redbox. And that being said, because they're not going to do that, and because it's going to come out June 20th, and it more than likely is going to be everything everyone said and worse, possibly. No, I'm not getting the game. There's too much I've invested in with the first game's characters and everything else. I feel like Last of Us 2 is literally throwing it all into the garbage and just saying, hey, we're woke now, so this is what we're doing. And that's only the first half of the game. Wait, you think that we're not crazy enough? Watch what we're going to do in Act 2, and you're going to play that, and that's how it's going to end, and you're going to be happy about it. Yeah. No. See, I'm glad at least before Naughty Dog lost their minds, they at least finished the Uncharted series. Granted, they changed it. Nathan Drake was supposed to have a son, not a daughter. Granted, the ending was changed, but at least the game itself came out right before they lost their minds. So unfortunately, if there's any more Uncharted series, it won't be Nathan Drake. It'll be his daughter. But I don't see them releasing Uncharted. I don't see Naughty Dog lasting much longer. If they lose their biggest franchise, it's donezo. I was suspecting woke culture got a hold of that franchise. Rip. Exactly. And it's not a bad thing for people to want to share, again, we live in a diverse world, and I believe everything should be represented the right way. It's when it's done very wrong. And it's not even that part that upset me. Honestly, the first part of the game doesn't bother me half as much. If that was the worst of it, I still would have had my pre-order set for Last of Us 2. If that was the worst of it. It's that second half. It's that second half that has actually nothing to do with being woke that ruined the game for me. And I was like, nope, not doing it. Nope. But Naughty Dog, you have a chance. Don't screw it up. You're going to screw it up because you're not watching my live show and you're not watching what the fans are saying either. You've already got those games on CD and you're just ready to put it out to the world on June 20th. So I can't stop you. The world isn't going to stop you, but it's going to be one shit sequel if that is what you release. And that's all I'm going to say on The Last of Us 2. That was the big news that dropped this week, unless you want to count the big news of aliens do exist, because the Pentagon finally came out and said, these are unidentified flying objects, and they're probably from space. How do I say this nicely? Duh. To sit here and arrogantly say we're the only planet in all the galaxies out there, in all of time and space, we're the only planet that sustains life. Yeah, that's pretty arrogant. There are many planets out there that probably have many different types of life forms. So the fact that it took them this long to kind of acknowledge it, well, I hope it's not Skrulls. Oh, Jesse, man. It might be because, there are rumors that, if you watch some of those videos where they say that we've had visitors and they've tried to mimic us and they look like these weird guys in bowler hats and stuff. Oh, man. Yeah. But, of course, Tevye, there's life outside of Earth. But go try xenomorphs. Oh, God, please no. Or predators. God, please no. Neither one of those, but there probably is because you gotta understand that we are not the only living beings out there. There's definitely more life out there. I loved and respected Bill Nye the Science Guy for so long, but the one thing he never believed and he never supported, and now I guess his foot's kind of in his mouth a little bit, was he believed that we were the only planet in the universes that had life. There was no life on other planets. There were no aliens, period. I don't know if he's changed his tune since the Pentagon finally came out with records, but that was the one thing that always irked me about Bill Nye. A man of science didn't believe that there could be life outside of the Earth. There are, listen, they're already among us, maybe. I don't know. I mean, I identify as an alien. I mean, it makes me feel better about myself. This way I don't have to gender. I'm not gender specific. I'm not male. I'm not female. I'm alien. I just destroyed my reputation in one statement. There you go. So, Xenomorphs and the Brood from X-Men, because they're cousins. You just want, Jesse, you just want space to be a horror movie, don't you? Although, there's a lot of really fun horror movies when it comes to space and whatnot, but I hope not. I truly and honestly hope not, for our sake, that there aren't like that. I mean, you could go up and say Independence Day, too, and I wouldn't want Independence Day at all. Probably share spaceships on vacation, dude. As long as they don't come to Earth for vacation, I am one happy man. So, anyways, so that's the big news: was the Aliens, The Last of Us 2, and now Marvel today. And we'll talk more about Marvel on Comic Book Weekly on Tuesday next week. So I don't want to take up too much of everybody's time talking about it now. I'm not going to talk about the books or anything. We're going to talk all about that on Tuesday. I would love for us to reach Star Trek material somewhere. I don't mind Independence Day because we have Will Smith to say. We do, but Will Smith isn't as young as he used to be. So, I mean, 50-50 chance. 50-50 chance. So, we'll see. We'll see what happens with the aliens and whatnot. So, I am, honestly, I'm eager to get to the end of this month, number one. And ironically, the last Friday, the last show of this month is on May 29th, my birthday. And yes, we are having a show. I know it's my birthday. It might be at 10 o'clock instead of 9:30, but we will be having a show for my birthday, on my birthday. I don't know if I'll be doing anything special yet. Maybe I'll do some Mario Maker too. I have everything finally set up. I have a nice big screen TV in the room now, so I might. It's not my birthday yet, Tevia. Jeez. Stop pushing my age. I want to enjoy 33 before I touch 34. I have another 3 weeks to enjoy 33, and I'm choosing to 333. That I want to enjoy it before I think about it. But anyway, yeah, we're gonna do something special. I'm gonna work on that. Anyway, guys, give me 1 second, and I will be right back. I actually have to handle something behind scenes, so BRB. And I fixed the BRB screen. Yay! All right, I'm back. Sorry, everybody. I had to deal with something. 2 seconds. The BRB is going to be up for 2 more seconds as I'm fixing what I had to fix. There we go. Put that over there. But anyway, I've got a lot of really fun stuff that I've got in mind for a special, what do you call it? A special birthday Dark Avenger live. I just have to figure out, what exactly I'm going to be doing for that Dark Avenger live. And speaking of Dark Avenger live, I am going to be working on also bringing some guests on from time to time. And I talked about this last week. And I tweeted about it this week. And I know, Bavarian, you mentioned Brant. Absolutely going to bring Brant on. I have so many friends I would love to bring on and talk about their books, about their work online. Friends like Rob Moltari, who does Nightwolf. Love to have him on here. You all know that we've had Pat Shand on Comic Frontline multiple different times. I'd love to bring him on the show to talk about all the stuff he's working on, all the stuff he's got going on in life. Get Dan back on, talk about some new stuff coming out of Argo Comics. I know he's got a new imprint. Love for him to share about that on here, and we could talk about that for a bit. There's a lot of stuff I'd love to do. And then, and again, this show is always going to be predominantly, me and just talking with all of you. But these guests, maybe once a month to start it off, do it once a month. And then if it becomes really popular, instead of doing it once a month, maybe every other week. And then if we don't have a guest to come on, I could bring other readers or other friends of mine on, and we could talk about comic books and stuff like that. But bringing guests on from time to time is definitely something I want to do. It's just I don't want to make the show that. I don't want this to be the guest show. Like every week is a new guest. No, I want what the show is now. I want that to be the main show. Bringing guests on and having, conversations and interviews and stuff like that is like those special shows that you only get like once a month or every once in a while. So while I have a lot of friends who are, have a lot of different things going on, I don't want this show to become that. I would want it to be like on a special occasion, like, oh, we haven't done this for a while. So next week, our guest will be fill in the blank. And I hope I didn't freeze up this program. And I hope I'm coming through. So what I'm going to do is just check on YouTube while I'm doing this. But that's my hope. My hope is actually to there we go. So that's my hope is to get so there we go. Skits will probably now it's working. Skits are probably out of the main picture, main eyes, Tevya. I'm not saying it's permanent, but right now my focus is on doing Angry Italian's gone, period. That's not coming back, period. So that's done. As far as Deadpool and stuff like that, that's stuff that I'm mulling around in my mind, mulling around in my head. And we'll see. Maybe I'll figure something out eventually, but it's not top priority. Top priority is once new comic books come back, getting the show out on Mondays for all of you to enjoy, getting as many books as I can read, because now I'm reading a lot more than I was before, and just giving you guys quality content. And like I said, I have an idea, and I'm really excited to reveal it, how the Top 5 series is going to be continuing once our regular comic books start coming out again. Angry Italian was never a skit. It's just his normal. Ha ha! Firestorm. Welcome to the show. But ha ha, Firestorm. But yeah, I've got a lot of things I'm working on, and I'm really hoping to bring that to all of you soon. But with that, I'm going to probably be ending this stream early today because we have a lot going on tomorrow in the house. So I'm sorry that I had to leave and then I came back and now I'm going to be popping off again. But I want to thank everybody for being here. We're going to keep these shows going while we're waiting for new comics to come out, new news to come out. And Jesse, thanks to you, I'm going to be reading another G.I. Joe series probably during the weekend. But I love all you guys. I hope you all stay safe out there. Stay safe and stay healthy. And I will be back next week with another episode of Dark Avenger Live. Take care, everybody. Keep reading, keep collecting. And I'll see you all really soon in the next one.